Hello students, welcome to the online session on chemistry. We will begin with a new topic, that is chemical bonding and molecular structure from PUC first year. Okay. Chemical bonding and molecular structure. See, what do you mean by a chemical bond? First question arises, what is chemical bond? What is chemical bond? Before going to explain the definition of chemical bond, I will give you some idea regarding the nature of elements in the periodic table. See, noble gases are having free existence. Means noble gases, for example, if you take helium, it exists as a helium atom. It will not combine with other helium atom to form a helium molecule. Neon, free existence. Argon, xenon, krypton, all these noble gases are having free existence. Whereas if you observe other compounds, other elements of the periodic table, for example, if you take hydrogen easily combined with another hydrogen atom to form hydrogen molecule. It forms a hydrogen molecule. One more example, if you take chlorine atom combined with another chlorine atom to form a chlorine molecule, Cl2 molecule. There is a formation of what? A bond, a chemical bond. Sometimes it may be sodium may combine with Cl to form NaCl, sodium chloride. See, over here, different constituents, means various constituents, they held together. Over here, H held together, two H atoms held together, and over here Na and Cl held together, Cl and Cl held together. This attractive force, over here, these two atoms are held together in the sense, over here there is a existence of some type of attractive force. Over here also there is an attractive force. Over here also there is an attractive force. That attractive force which holds various constituents in different chemical species is called a chemical bond. What is chemical bond? What is chemical bond? The attractive force which holds various constituents in different chemical species. Various constituents in the sense, see, constituents over here, if you observe, over here the constituents are atoms, means hydrogen atoms combined together. Over here, if you observe, these are actually not atoms. This is actually Na plus and this is what? Cl minus. Over here, the constituents are ions. The constituents are what? Ions. Means the constituents may be atoms or ions. They may involve in what? A chemical bond formation. How to define chemical bond then? These are having what? some sort of attractive force. That attractive force is known as what? Chemical bond. Now I will write the definition of chemical bond. See, one more thing you need to remember this also. Noble gases are having free existence in the periodic table. It means these elements in the periodic table, they are having what? Free existence. They means they won't combine with other elements or with the same atom. Means helium will not combine with what? Helium atom. Even helium will not combine with what? Other elements of the periodic table also very easily in the sense in a normal condition. I am talking about these things in normal condition only. Okay, in drastic condition means by increasing the temperature, by increasing the pressure, and by heating for a longer period of time, you can make these compounds to react with what? Other elements of the periodic table. But whatever I am discussing now is the normal condition. Okay, normal condition is nothing but 1 bar pressure and this 298 Kelvin temperature. How to define the chemical bond then? What is chemical bond? See, once again I will define what is chemical bond. The attractive force which holds various constituents in different chemical species. Okay, what is chemical bond? The attractive force which holds various constituents. Over here, see, listen carefully. Constituents may be atoms or maybe ions. The attractive force which holds various constituents in different chemical species. The chemical bond formation involves, this is definition of chemical bond. How these chemical bonds are formed? The chemical bond formation involves, the chemical bond formation involves either transfer of electrons or sharing of electrons. For example, if you consider the formation of hydrogen molecule, see, hydrogen molecule is formed by hydrogen molecule 1s1 plus 1s1. Over here, these two hydrogen atoms, they contain what? Single electron each. Now, these two hydrogen atoms combine together by sharing of electrons. See, they share 1 electron each to form a hydrogen molecule. But if you observe the formation of sodium chloride, NaCl, the nature of chemical bond over here is different. Actually, sodium chloride is formed by, see, first there is a loss of electron from gaseous sodium atom to form sodium cation by the loss of 1 electron. This is gaseous sodium cation. And now this chlorine gas it takes this electron to become chloride, gaseous chloride ion. But over here, one Cl is there, over here two Cls are there. I will balance this one by multiplying 1 by 2. 1 by 2 Cl is nothing but what? 1 Cl. Half of 2 is what? 1. Okay. This is half of 2. This is 1. Now, after formation, what happens actually over here? Over here, sharing of electrons takes place. Over here, transfer of one electron from one atom to the another atom. That is, transfer of electron from sodium to the chlorine atom takes place. Now, after formation of this corresponding anions, they combine together. They combine together by an attractive force called Coulombic force or electrostatic force of attraction. Which force? Electrostatic force. Always the attractive force which operates between ions is electrostatic force of attraction. This is regarding what? Introduction to the chemical bond topic. Now, we will have a question. Means all students, all of you have a question that why do elements combine? What is the reason for the combination of elements? The question is, why do elements combine? What is the reason? Question is, what is the question? Why do elements combine? Is a question. See, this can be, what is the reason for the combination of elements? The first one is elements combine to attain octet configuration. To attain octet configuration. For example, if you consider the formation of chlorine molecule from chlorine atoms by the combination of chlorine atoms, this chlorine molecule, see, listen carefully, if you observe the electronic configuration, outermost electronic configuration of this chlorine becomes 3s2 3p5. Totally how many valence electrons are there? 7. Out of that, one is a unpaired and 6 electrons are paired electrons. Now, during combination, what happens actually? These two electrons, they combine each other. I will show these two electrons properly. Actually, how many electrons are there initially? If you consider formation of Cl2, initially they contain 7 electrons each. How many electrons? 7 electrons. See, each contain what? 7 electrons. But now, when these two electrons are shared between these two atoms, now if you observe clearly, see, these two electrons shared means what? They belong to both atoms. Now you count the number of electrons. 6 plus 2, 8 electrons. 6 plus 2, 8 electrons. This is how they attain what? Octet configuration. Octet in the sense 8 number of electrons in their valence shell. Means chlorine attains what? Octet. Elements combine due to this reason, to attain what? Octet configuration. Another reason elements combine because is that, see, to attain lowest energy in the sense highly stable, to get a stability. Yes, if you observe hydrogen atom is a highly unstable. It contains one electron, is highly unstable. It becomes stable when it combines with another hydrogen atom to form hydrogen molecule. This is stable because of two reasons. One is over here, atoms are highly unstable. When it forms a molecule, it becomes stable. And one more reason is, see, listen carefully. If you want to separate these two hydrogen atoms from hydrogen molecule, if you want to separate these two hydrogen atoms from hydrogen molecule, what you need to do? You need to supply water. Energy. Am I right? You need to supply what? Energy. You need to supply energy to break this bond. During formation of bond, see, during cleavage, what happens? Energy is required. Energy is absorbed. Means, in the reverse process, if you observe the reverse process, in the reverse process, what happens actually? During combination of these two atoms, there is a release of energy. There is a release of energy. Due to this release of energy, see, then what happens over here? When hydrogen atom combines with hydrogen atom, energy is released. Energy is released. Due to this release of energy, the molecule attains water. Means from this system, energy is released. Let us imagine this is the system. If from the system energy is released, then this system will attain what? Lowest energy state. That's why over here, during formation of bond, always energy is released. Due to this release of energy, the system attains what? Lowest energy. Low energy in the sense, low energy means highly stable. Low energy means highly stable. Have you got this point? Okay. These are the two reasons why elements combine to form a molecules. First reason is to attain octet configuration, that I have explained over here. Just you go to this one. And second reason is to attain lowest energy. How they will attain lowest energy? That I told you, during formation of chemical bond, always energy is released from the system. If energy is released from the system, that system attains what? Lowest energy state. Okay. Now, see, this formation of chemical bond. This formation of chemical bond, this was explained for the first time by the named scientists Kosel and Lewis. Kosel and Lewis approach to chemical bond. Kosel and Lewis approach to the chemical bond. See how this chemical bond formation takes place. This formation of chemical bond was explained by the leading scientist Kosel and Lewis. According to Kosel and Lewis, atom is considered to be made of kernel. Made of what? Kernel. So what is mean by kernel? I will explain this concept of kernel by taking sodium as an example. See, sodium, if you observe, the electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Which part of atom is said to be kernel? See, this contains a nucleus and cell number 1, 2, 3. Over here, up to this, from here to 2p6, this is nothing but kernel. Kernel is nothing but positive part. Means nucleus plus inner electrons, I can say. What is kernel? Nucleus plus inner electrons. Inner electrons is called what? Kernel. What I will do, I will write it properly so that you can understand. What is Kozal-Lewis approach? The formation of, all of you just note down all the things along with me. The formation of chemical bond in terms of electrons was the formation of chemical bond in terms of electrons is explained successfully and independently by Kozal and Lewis. Means this is not a collaborative work. Separately they worked on this chemical bond formation. Kozal worked on himself, means these are the own works, not a collaborative works, means independently they work each other. According to them, atom is considered to be made of positive kernel. Kernel is nothing but nucleus plus inner electrons. I told you just now. Is considered to be made of what? Positive kernel and inner electron and outermost cell electrons. The outermost cell is assumed to occupy assumed to occupy 8 electrons. The outermost cell assumed to occupy what? 8 electrons. Means he assumed that outermost cell has a capacity to occupy how many electrons? 8 electrons. These 8 electrons, listen carefully. Now the interesting part is, these 8 electrons, again he assumed these 8 electrons are assumed to occupy 8 corners of the cube. 8 corners of the of the cube which surrounds 8 corners are assumed to occupy 8 corners of the which surrounds kernel. See, according to him, those 8 electrons are there at the 8 corners of the cube. He assumed the atom as a cube now. For example, if you take sodium, how to represent this in the form of cube? See, it's very simple. This is the cube. Okay. This is the cube. This is actually a cube. Over here, just you see, we know sodium contains how many outermost electrons? Only one, that is 3s1. Kernel is at the center. Okay, kernel is at the center. Kernel is nothing but what? Inner electrons plus nucleus. Only one outermost electron is there, one corner is occupied. This is kernel. This is what? A kernel. Kernel is nothing but what? It is a nucleus plus inner electrons. Nucleus plus inner electrons is kernel. In case of alkali metals, only one corner is occupied. In case of alkali metals, only one corner is occupied, while in case of noble gas, all 8 corners are occupied. Exactly, because if you take neon, what is the electronic configuration of neon with atomic number 10? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. How many outermost electrons are there? 8. But over here in case of sodium, you write the total electron configuration: 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1 only. Means how many outermost electrons are there? Only one. One outermost electron means only one corner is occupied. 8 outermost electrons means all the 8 corners of the cube are occupied. This is just an assumption by the scientists. See, this is the cube. But in case of noble gases, means inert gases, all 8 corners are occupied by the electrons. Why? Because these electrons are nothing but what? They indicate outermost electrons. Understood? This is regarding what? Koszalline-Lewis approach to the chemical bonding. I will explain this one. See, by taking a specific example. For example, how they explain the formation of chemical bond through this cube concept. Let us imagine see how they will explain in the sense the formation of chlorine molecule you take test. Formation of Cl2. You know, Cl is nothing but what? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p5. Outermost how many electrons are there? 7 electrons. Means how many corners are occupied? 7 corners are occupied. If you observe over here, if you observe clearly, how many corners are occupied? Just now I told you 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is what? 7. 7 corner. This corner is remain vacant. You take another. This is one chlorine atom. This is one chlorine atom. Another chlorine atom I will draw. Say another chlorine atom if you take, I will show directly. I will show directly only because over here this corner, these two corner, they become common. See, this chlorine atom also occupied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, this becomes what? 7. These two electrons are what? These two electrons I will show by right mark. Okay, these two electrons are common in between these two Cl atoms. Have you got the point? Okay, this is how they assumed atoms in the form of what? Cube. And 8 electrons are assumed to occupy 8 corners of the cube. Over here 2 corners are remain empty. Those 2 corners they get filled when they combine together. If you take O2, formation of O2 molecule, you know O2 is nothing but formation of O2 you take. O is nothing but 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p4. Over here how many electrons are there? Totally 6 electrons are there. How many? 6. Means this is the one oxygen atom. How many electrons are there? 6 electrons. You just occupy 6 corners. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, see if you take one more cube. See that over here only 2 corners are used. Means one bond formation. Over here 4 corners are used while formation of what? Bond. How? Like this. You need to observe this one properly. See over this other oxygen atom. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5 and 6. These 4 electrons are nothing but what? Shared electrons. These are free. They are non-bonding. They won't involve in what? Bonding. But these 4 electrons are what? Involved in bonding. Means 2 electrons means how many? Cl to Cl, there is a single bond. 2 electrons, okay, they form a single. Over here, how many electrons are there between two oxygen atoms? Over here, 4 electrons are there. 4 electrons means how many bonds? How many bonds? Actually, 2 bonds. These are nothing but what? Non-bonding. I will keep as it is non-bonding. Over here 4 and over here 4. Same in the same manner. Over here these 2 involved in what? Bonding, and remaining 6. 4 plus 2. 6 electrons are non-bonding electrons. But this theory failed when the same thing is tried for nitrogen. Formation of nitrogen. If you try the same thing for nitrogen, how many electrons are over here? How many 2p3 it is? Over here 1 bond is formed, over here 2 bonds are formed, but nitrogen to nitrogen there is a triple bond. There is a triple bond. I can show single bond by using what? 2 corner merging, and I can show double bond by overlapping 2 faces of the cube. But how can you show a triple bond? This is a problem. That's why this theory gets failed to explain the formation of what? Nitrogen molecule. But at the end they told that, see, this chlorine atoms becomes stable by what? By which linkage? By chemical bond. It's according to them, especially according to Lewis told in the end that according to Lewis, atoms achieve stability by linking each other through bond, nothing but chemical bond, through chemical bond. According to Lewis, atoms achieve stability by what? Linking each other through a chemical bond. S. Cl atom becomes stable by linking through what chemical bond with other Cl atom to form Cl molecule, Cl2 molecule, O2 molecule. These molecules become stable because of chemical bond formation. Okay, this is regarding the Kosel and Lewis approach to the chemical bond. See, over here the diversion we will observe in between Kosel and Lewis is, Kosel mainly worked on ionic bonding. Listen carefully. Which bonding? Ionic bonding. And Lewis worked mainly on covalent bonding. Covalent bonding means in the next class what we will do, we will discuss Kosel approach to the ionic bonding or electrovalent bonding. Okay, with this I am going to conclude today's class. We will discuss the remaining part in next class.